Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today, I want to kind of change the way you think about real estate loans. Now, for the last 50 years, I thought that real estate could only be bought with conventional loans from the bank. And so along this journey now, that started a couple of years ago, I have learned quite a bit about real estate financing. Now, there are 4 different types I want to talk about. The first one is a category that I put by itself because you only get it one time, and it's first-time home buyer. And there are some special things about being a first-time home buyer. As an example, there are grants, not loans, grants from state and federal. As an example, the first little house that we bought, and by the way, first-time home buyer by law means you haven't bought or owned a house in the last 10 years. And I qualified. So the first little house, rental house we bought, they gave me a 10% grant, cash money, that went towards my down payment. So we only had to put $2,000 down to buy our first little house. So first-time home buyer is a big one. Now, I had to jump through a couple of hoops on the computer, answer some questions, blah, blah, blah. But it probably took me a half hour, and for a half hour of my time, I got $6,000. So then we went to get the second and third little house, and we went conventional, which meant you put 20% down. The bank loans you the difference for a 30-year period, which is what I chose. And we did that. Now, after the third little house, my banker said, "You're done. Your debt-to-income ratio is 40%, and we can't loan you any more money." I said, "Okay, that's fine." So my intent at that time was to pay off one of the houses and save some more cash. In the meantime, I came across something on the internet called a DSCR loan, and we'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, I called my banker and I said, "Do you know what a DSCR loan is?" And he said, "No, but I've heard of them." And I said, "Well, it's a type of loan where they don't look at the buyer's income or debt, they look strictly at the property." And without missing a beat, he said, "I'm going to send you an income, a net worth statement. I want you to fill it out and get it back to me." And it just so happened that I had done this already, so I had all the numbers and I sent it back to him. Took a week or two, he called me back and said, "Hey, I've been talking to the president of the bank, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you X amount of dollars. You do whatever it is you want with it, but you know, and you can buy 1, 2, or 10 pieces of property, whatever it is you want to do." I said, "Okay." So that was a commercial loan. Now, I bought 2 little houses. They're a little different in that I had to put 20% down on each property, and the loan was a 20-year, not a 30-year. So the payments were a little higher, but it was not a big deal. So this year we have bought 2 additional little houses. We are currently at 5 properties. Now, a minute ago I was telling you about a DSCR loan. That DSCR stands for Debt Service Cover Ratio. Now, I've already been approved by a place in Florida to do this. But again, you have to put 20 to 25% down depending on your credit rating. You can find them at 20 or 30-year increments. They check your credit to make sure that you pay your bills, but they don't look at your income. They don't look at the income debt ratio. They look strictly at the property. Now, the cover ratio means this. If your PITI, as an example, is $1,000, and usually the ratio is 1.2, which means if the income is $1,000, the property needs to bring in a minimum of $1,200, 20% over that, okay? it also has to be a minimum of 100,000. They will go up to, I think he said 3 million, but 100,000 is the least amount they will loan. So it's a 20 or 30, depending on where you get them. You can get them in different places. The income from the property has to cover the PITI plus, as a general rule, 20% more to cover vacancies and expenses. That's not hard to do, not in this area anyway. So my plan from this point forward is to save money for the next 2 years and then go buy a nice duplex in a nice area, put the 20% down with a DSCR loan. So in my journey that's going to take 5 years and 6 properties, we have used the first-time home buyer, the conventional loan, the commercial loan, and we're going to use the DSCR loan. Now there are other types of loan products out there, and I've done videos on those. There's VA loans and FHA loans and USDA loans. There's all kinds of loans out there. And those are all well and good. All I'm saying is that for the average person that's not a veteran, that doesn't want to do an FHA, but wants to build up their real estate, you can't stick with one type of financing. You need to find different ways to get it financed. Now, I'll tell you one question I never have got the answer to. Why did my banker tell me that after 3 properties I was done? Why didn't he say, personally, you're done, but we can go commercial and we can get you some more? Why didn't he tell me that? I had to call and ask, which is fine. I got the properties, he got the loan, everybody wins. My question is, why did it take that to happen? So then I decided, well, most bankers probably won't tell you that because they turn those conventional loans, they just turn around and package those and sell them back, so they've got nothing really invested. The commercial loan, on the other hand, they've got something invested. My feeling is they wanted to wait a year or 2 to see if I was going to hold up on the other 2 properties, and if I did, then they would let me go commercial. That's what I think. I don't know. The point is, the longer you are in the business, the real estate business, the more different ways you need to find to finance. And I'll tell you another one. If you want to do a build from the ground up, there's construction loans. That's another way to do it, and a lot of people do that, especially with Airbnbs. So there are many different kinds of financing out there. I'm just telling you that for the average guy and the average person that's trying to just build a little portfolio, there is a ladder, a progression that you go through. And I suspect that if the DSCR loan was not available, I could go back with my new net worth statement and get another commercial loan to do that. I don't want to do that, but I could if I chose to. Well, that's about all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to let you know that there is a progression of loans to go through as you build your portfolio. First-time home buyer, conventional loans, commercial loan, and DSCR loan. That's about all I want to talk about. You have yourself a great day, a great week, and happy real estate investing.